Before I proceed with the video, I also want to give a shout out to the CS15 owners group. If you're a CS15 owner or if you're looking to buy the CS15, we have a group and I'm going to display it here on the screen. We are a friendly community and we have our own GC of CS15 owners, and you can ask us questions about the unit. This group helped me purchase Bluey, my very own CS15. I'm also grateful for Admin Honolet and all of the other members who answered my inquiries about this unit. We're planning an EP soon and I'm excited to meet everyone. Alright, so here's a quick walk around of the Changan CS15. So as you can see, it perfectly fits a average sized garage. What I like about this unit is that it is actually smaller compared to the Avanza. We have Chaoyong tires, which is 205/50 R17s. You also have a ground clearance of 190 millimeters. What I like about this unit are the safety features. So if you unlock the car once, it's only going to open the driver's side. See. However, the other doors, they will not open. At least pag mag-isa kang nagda-drive, safe ka. Kasi if somebody tries to sneak inside, hindi nila mabubuksan yung pinto. Ayan. So another thing that I want to note about the car is that if you hold the unlock button for a long time, the windows are gonna go down. There. Yan siya. And if you press on the unlock button twice, it's going to alarm the car. It's a parking feature so that you know where the car is. I just want to note na wala siyang keyless entry, but if ever na nalobat yung key nyo, just have to insert it here so that you can enter your car. With the CS15, hindi siya electronic power folding. So, mano-mano mo lang siya i-fold. We are now inside the car and I'm going to start it. So, it's a flip key. And we're just gonna insert it there. Okay. So, you have to press on the brake pedal and the first thing that I'd like to do is turn on the fan. And if it's placed here, this is the coolest option. And if you change the settings, it will appear on the infotainment. There. And this one is for the fan. So these are the buttons that control your infotainment system. So this one turns off the display. And if you want to turn it back on, just hold it back. This one controls the music. You can toggle between radio or Bluetooth. There you go. This one is for calls. And this one brings you back to the home screen. This one adjusts your volume. On the infotainment screen, you also have these settings. So you can change the time format, and other system settings. You can also change the brightness here. For the sound field, this is how it works. So let's open the radio. Now, if we go to the sound settings, so it changes the sound position. This is the sound positioning of the car. So if you want it like at the back, here, the passenger side, or here, then just reset. So here on the car settings, you also have different settings to change. So if the TPMS starts to flicker, you just have to reset it here. And then you also have the lights, and then the air condition, and then to reset the default. So I also want to note that this car doesn't have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, but it does have easy connection. So what it does is it mirrors the screen. Hindi siya parang Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. At the bottom of the controls, you also have a cigarette socket and a USB port. I also want to note that this is a gated shifter. So if I press on the brake and I need to go to neutral, there. It will appear on the dashboard. Here we go. And I'm gonna put this in car in reverse. So as you can see, it has dynamic guidelines. Next to the traditional handbrake, you have two cup holders. And you also have a cubby area. So ganito siya. Next up is the steering wheel, and magaan siya. Electronic power steering siya, and it's easy to maneuver. Doesn't feel heavy. You have the controls for the cruise control here. And you also have the controls for your dashboard. So if you hold this triangle button down, it will toggle the distance to empty, average liters per 100 kilometer. And if you press on the trip button, it will change the odometer, your distance traveled, and then your next PMS. So right now I have 4,788 to go. And then this one controls the volume. And if you press this down, it's going to mute the system. Yan, may mute button siya sa taas. This one is to either answer the call or drop the call, and to switch to the next song or the previous song. The horn also sounds like this. Yung sa steering wheel pala, meron siyang lock dito, and you can change the position of your steering wheel, but it's not telescopic, it just goes up and down lang. So for the hazard button, we'll signal like this. And then for the signal lights, so if you switch this up to auto, if the car detects that you are in an area where it's dark or there's not much light, the headlights are going to open. So that's cool. This one turns on the lights. Ayan. But this one will not light up. This is what your dashboard looks like. And I'm actually happy na andito yung infotainment niya. Kasi I'm not really a big fan of the infotainment being on top of the dashboard. I like it better na naka-inbuilt siya. And then this is how the wiper works. So as you can see, wala siyang parang shark's fin sa gitna. I don't know if that makes any sense, pero the Wigo that I drove before, our 2019 Wigo, so nagkakaroon siya ng shark's fin dito, but at least this one clear siya. Another thing that I want to add, so 'di ba pag nagpapa-car wash tayo, we have to lift the windshield wipers. So you're going to have to turn the key just enough para gumalaw yung wiper. So don't start the car. Tapos put it on the fastest setting. And then i-timing nyo na sa taas siya magsa-stop. Yan. And then pwede nyo na siyang itaas. Ayan. Saan siya na, di ko pa na nilinis yung side na to. The next thing that we're going to look at are the door controls. So if you click on this one, it's going to lock the door. This also has speed sensing door locks. It will automatically lock the doors as you drive. Then this one is the lock for all of the passenger windows so that they can't roll down the windows. So the driver's side is auto down if you hold it there, but it doesn't have auto up. This is what the side mirror looks like on the driver's side, and this is where I placed my phone holder. So what I like about the sunshade is that it actually has functioning mirrors. So hindi siya nagwa-warp or hindi siya mukhang weird or anything. It's not goofy. So talagang magagamit mo siya if you need to put on your makeup before you go or fix yourself. Yan. For the lights, you have this one. And then to turn it off, and then the doors. Yes, this car has a sunroof. So you just have to manually move this one. If you push this to the right, it's going to open the sunroof. And if you push it to the left, just hold it. It's going to close the sunroof. And if you push it again to the left, it's going to tilt it. Now we're just gonna close it. Another plus for me is that meron siyang seatbelt height adjuster. Ayan. Pero ayun, sinagad ko siya dito kasi malit ako. Yung passenger side, meron din siyang seatbelt height adjuster. Another thing to note about this car is that if you open the door, it will tell you which door is open. I also want to note that this car also has hill hold control, ABS with EBD, and then at the side, meron kang controls for the side mirror, traction control, and then ito naman para sa headlight. You also have a storage space para sa wallet mo and stuff like that. These are what the pedals look like, and meron din siyang footrest. And then for this car, you also have a 6-way seat adjuster. So meron siyang height adjuster, tapos yung tilt, and then yung forward and back. You also have side airbags, which is another plus for me. So usually yung mga gantong features, you'd have to shell out a higher amount or 1 million pa just to get these. Yung pag-open naman ng door is and almost 90 degrees. And then this is what it feels like to sit behind the passenger. What I also like about this unit is meron siyang back pocket, so I can put my warranty booklet here, yung insurance, and the manual. I'm a big fan of storage spaces, so plus points to sa akin. And then this is what it feels like to stay up the center. And then this is what it feels like to sit behind me. Alam ko na medyo forward yung position ko. So I have to do this in order for me to reach the pedals. Alright, so this is usually how you would let the seats fold. So technically 60-40 split. Pero there is a way to make this fall flat. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull forward and you're going to hear a clicking noise. Then you're going to place it forward like that. And then you're going to pull the seat down. And it should fall flat just like that. You can do the same thing with the other side. And if you want to put it back, so you're just gonna have to push the main back seat. And all you have to do is tuck the bottom half and you're good to go. So, let's say na nilock natin yung kotse. Pero you want to open the trunk lang. So, just have to click this twice. And magbubukas yung trunk. Ayan. And then, this is what the trunk space looks like. Yan siya. So, yung mga gantong compartments is a big plus for me. So, dito ko nilalagay yung mga kandila ko and mga ibang abubot when we visit our baby. And meron din siyang mga hooks. Ayan. And this is where the spare tire is placed. Ayan siya. Ayan. On top of the CS15, you also have a shark's fin antenna and functional roof rails. In a world full of CVTs, IVTs, standard automatic transmissions, and manual transmissions, the Changan CS15 is a 5-speed dual-clutch transmission. And surely after hearing this, you might be either curious or gusto mo siyang iwasan because it sounds new and you're scared to drive this transmission. Trust me, ako din. But this is me, a first-time car owner, talking about my experience driving a DCT. Okay, so after a lot of research before purchasing the unit, there are apparently 2 types of dual clutch transmissions. There's the dry type and the wet type, which is what Bluey, my CS15, has. I am not going to dive deep into this because I'm not a mechanic, but the basic principle of a DCT is that it has 2 clutches. A manual transmission has 1. On the other hand, DCT has 2, but there is no third pedal for the clutch. It acts as an automatic, so technically, I just refer to this as an automated manual. It's kind of similar to the AGS or automatic gear shifter ng Suzuki Espresso, where it shifts automatically without a third pedal or the clutch pedal. Regardless, the DCT and AGS still falls under the automatic category because the unit does all the shifting. Going back to my driving experience, I'm going to describe it using my own words, so please bear with me. Driving the CS15 feels similar to driving any automatic out there. I've driven a Wico and an Avanza. That's the extent of my portfolio, but all I can say is that driving this unit is somehow similar to our 7-seater MPV. So what do I mean by that? The engine isn't as noisy as a hatchback, and I've researched it has something to do with it having 4 cylinders instead of 3, and it's not as shaky. The suspension or riding comfort is similar to the Avanza, where going over the humps feels smooth. You're still going to feel some roughness of the road, but hey, I drive in Bulacan, so rocky roads are kind of a staple here, and this unit can go through that, and that's what matters to me. Here's a video of me driving solo, trying to merge into the expressway. The pedals are tuned in a way where there's not much delay. It's responsive and will give you the speed you need. Same comments with braking, which is why I think this is a good car for beginners too. This car also has 105 horsepower and 145 Nm of torque. So another thing about this unit is that it feels like it always wants to go. You'll know what I mean once you give this unit a test drive. Here's another clip of my husband driving the CS15. I've asked him for his insights as an Avanza owner, and here are his comments.
Yung pag-brake niya, kumakagat din yung brake naman agad.
Kahit yung ano niya, appearance. Wala yung parang may kanto. Pag may kanto, sabihin mo ano yun.
Overall pa.
Valid. For 700k.
Yeah. Good for first car.
Not even first year, I think Pwede na ito pang ano, pang retire.
Nagigas mo na ba yan ang budget?
Yeah. Siguro kung may hanapin lang ako lang dito is ano, sa bintana. At ginawa na nilang automatic lahat eh.
Ay.
Yung auto, yung pindot lang. Tayo auto up.
Since the Changan CS15 doesn't have a plus at the end yet, should there ever be one in the future, and I hope Changan Philippines is watching this, I hope that they bring the features the other countries have, where there's a panoramic sunroof, push start, keyless entry, and a bigger infotainment system. Other than that, I'm super happy with my unit, and I hope to make more videos with Bluey soon. Thank you for watching this video, and drive safe always. Bye!